Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Story Time channel. I'm Pallavi reading interesting story books for you. You know that I'm reading The Magic of Lost Temple written by the great Sudha Murty. Up till now, I have completed the 10th chapter. This is the 11th chapter. Is it a step well? In this, we will see that what happened with Nooni when she went to the forest. Did she able to find out the step well or not? Now let's go through it. Is it a step well? Guys, this is the second part of the Is It Step Well. Now let's continue. Who knows where the pit ends? Who will pull out if we get stuck? Asked Amit. This could lead to anything. I don't want to get in trouble, exclaimed Anand. Once Nooni decided to do something, nothing could stop her. She looked at Mahadev pleadingly. If you are ready to help me, I'll go inside. If I get stuck, Medha, Amit, and Anand can use my cell phone to call for help. And if there's no network here, they can run back to the village and inform everyone. Mahadev, I would like you to come with me, but if you don't want to, it's okay. Then I will then I will go by myself and you can help me climb out later. Mahadev could see the determination in her eyes. She may not know much about birds, animals, and forest, but she was adventurous, loved experimenting with new things and exploring the unknown. The worst that can happen is that we will get stuck in the pit, he thought. He smiled at Nooni. I will help you, but let's do this sensibly. He looked around and saw a long wooden branch. He used the branch to push a big stone inside the pit. The stone fell and hit the bottom with a thud. A little more mud fell inside. Mahadev took two more long branches and slowly descended into the pit. He figured that the branches may help them find their way around or climb out later. Nooni followed him confidently with her backpack behind her. Finally, they were standing together on what seemed to feel like a step in a staircase. There was a cave like structure with a small opening ahead of them. Only tiny Nooni would be able to get in. She removed her backpack and bravely squeezed herself into the opening as Mahadeva watched her. Be careful, Nooni. We don't know what's inside. Do you have another torch? What about a matchbox? Nooni remembered the matchbox and cell phone inside her backpack. She said quietly, I can't turn around now, so you will have to help me. Take the matchbox out of my bag and light a match, or you can use my torch. I also have a three-fold stick. Pass it to me. I can use it to poke a few holes here and there. Maybe the mud will move a little bit so there's some space for you as well. Mahadev handed Nooni the stick, and within a short while of poking it around, she was able to make space for Mahadev to get in. They lit a matchstick and saw a black pillar on the side. Then they looked at it closely using the torch. Though the pillar was only exposed partially, it was clear that it was decorated with beautiful designs. The rest of the pillar was covered with mud, sand, and stones. They tried to explore some more but couldn't make their way further. Finally, Nooni said, "We can't do this by ourselves, Mahadev. Let's widen the hole on the top so Amit, Anand, and Medha can also get in." Slowly, Nooni started climbing the pit. Amit, Medha, and Anand were silently sitting under a tree and waiting. They looked worried and scared. When they saw Nooni's cheerful face with her head full of mud, they realized that she was safe. They rushed to give her a hand and pull her out. Mahadev was right behind her. Nooni said happily, "We saw a beautiful cow pillar, and I bet there are more of them." "Really? I want to see it too," added Amit. "But we can't explore further without the right instruments. What should we do?" asked Mahadev. "Tell me how far we from the farm?" asked Nooni. "Not very far. It's on the other side of the rivulet," said Mahadev. "I can show you a shortcut to get there. First, we need to clean ourselves and remove the mud. Once we reach the farm, I can take you to the extra room where Ajja keeps farming equipments like shovels, picks, metal basket, brooms, and ropes. Let's bring some of it here. We won't tell Ajja or Aji what we are doing right now, or else they will definitely stop us. I will tell my grandparents about this in the evening. So, do you all agree with me? Shall we do this on our own?" Everyone looked at each other. They didn't know what to say. Nooni stepped up to be their leader and said firmly, "Listen to me now. Don't be scared. Nothing will happen to us. Come, let's have an adventure." The children decided to take the shortcut and reach the rivulet. The water came up to their knees because of the rain. They all took a dip in the water and cleaned themselves up. Then they crossed the rivulet and reached the farm. Nooni was right. There was plenty of farming equipment available. They quickly picked up whatever they needed and went back to the pit. It was almost 2 p.m. and the sun was shining brightly in the sky. Nooni knew that her grandparents were busy for the day and that nobody would notice her long absence. Mahadev suggested, "If we all work together, this may take only 2 or 3 hours." He took a pick and started removing the mud near the top of the pit. Nooni, Medha, Anand, and Amit gathered the mud and started placing it on the side. Mahadev was fast, and within half an hour there was a bigger hole on the top. Now all of them could go in. When they went inside the pit, they saw another half buried pillar. Mahadev said, "I will collect the rubble and all of you can spread out. Help me throw the rubble outside the pit." Mahadev got in first, followed by Nooni, Amit, Medha, and Anand. Nooni lit a candle and put it on a stone. In the dim light, Mahadev collected the rubble with a shovel, put it in a basket, and passed the basket to Nooni. She passed it to Amit, who passed it to Medha, and then Anand took it and threw it outside on the side of the pit. They kept cleaning out the rubble for almost 2 hours. Finally, the children uncovered 3 steps. As soon as it started getting dark, all of them came out of the pit drenched in mud and dust. "I can't go home like this," Medha whined. "My mother will ask me a lot of questions." "Don't worry, Medha. Let's go to the rivulet and clean up. By the time we reach home, our clothes will be dry," said Nooni. "A good wind will dry the clothes even faster," commented Anand. They rushed to the rivulet and cleaned up quickly. On their walk back to the village, Nooni asked her friends, "Can we go there tomorrow also and clean up?" Why do you want to do that? Questioned Amit. The five of us can't take on such a big task by ourselves, added Anand. We did it today because you were insist. What do we get by doing this? Asked Medha. I have heard from Aji that there was a step well near our village. Then I heard a slightly different versions from Ajja and Anand's father. Who knows? Maybe this is the same step well that everyone is talking about. If we unearth it, wouldn't it be awesome? I don't know whether this is a step well here or not, but either way, we are children and can't handle such a big project on our own. We have to tell the grown ups, said Anand. I agree, said Mahadev. I know I can work hard, but even I think this structure is too big for one person to work on. And what if we find poisonous snakes between the rocks as we work? What will we do then? Asked Medha. Can we get a bulldozer and unearth it? Suggested Amit, having seen plenty of bulldozers in the cantonment. There is hardly any place to walk, so you can forget about getting a bulldozer here, laughed Mahadeva. Nooni said, in that case, don't mention this to anyone in your homes. First, I will talk to Ajja and tell him about what we have seen. I have faith in him and I am sure he won't refuse my request without a very good reason. Finally, they all reached home. Their families thought that they had only gone to the river, so they didn't worry much about their semi-wet clothes. Nooni had a bath and changed her clothes. When Aji went for her evening prayers to the other room, Nooni went and sat next to Ajja. He had had a long, tiring day cleaning the farm and was sitting on a rocking chair trying to relax. When he saw her, he said, Oh Nooni, all our vegetables have been washed away, and a few banana trees have fallen along with the tender coconuts because of the heavy wind. The mangoes are in the most terrible state. Only a few of them are left, but there are plenty of raw ones. Your Aji can make mango pickle for the entire village for several years, laughed Ajja loudly. Despite the ugly situation on the farm, what about the jasmine and champak trees in the Aji's garden? Nooni asked. Well, surprisingly, they have survived. It's strange how the smallest of things can survive these calamities. Aja, I want to talk to you about something. I'm sure you won't get upset with me. Nooni took a deep breath and told Aja about everything that had happened that day. Aja was surprised. Nooni, I think all of you have done something really commendable. Who else knows about this? Just Mahadev and my friends. We haven't told anyone else except you. Keep it that way. I will call our panchayat head Hanume Gowda and tell him about what you all have found. I will also inform Shankar Master. This is such a good news. He was excited. Aji had finished her prayers by then and overheard Ajja as she was passing by. What's happening? Why are you sending message to Hanume Gowda and Shankar Master at this time of the evening? Is it something urgent? Yes, I think it is. Your granddaughter has found some temple ruins or maybe even a step well. I always thought that the step well incident was just a story. Now I am beginning to wonder. Aji was even more ecstatic than Ajja. I knew it! I knew that the step well would be found one day. In her excitement, Aji forgot to light the evening lamp in the puja room. In a short while, Shankar Master and Hanume Gowda joined them. Anand walked in behind his father. Mahadev was already there helping Ajji with a few odd jobs. All of them sat in veranda. Hanumegowda, who was in his late 30s, was an energetic person. Though he was educated, he had not looked for a job in the city. Instead, he started a greenhouse in Somanhalli and grew gerberas and gladiolas of different colors and sent them to Bangalore. He also looked after his father's field. He had good business sense and was instrumental in ensuring that a bus from Haveri came to the village 3 times a day. Toilets were built in all houses in the village under his leadership. Ajja held him in high regard. Now, Nooni, Ajja said, tell us exactly what happened today. Nooni repeated the entire story. Mahadev and Anand listened to her and added to the story every now and then. After Nooni stopped talking, Shankar Master said, if it is a really ruin, then we have to inform the archaeology department about the discovery. They will send people to come and check the ruins, but the whole process will take time. This is our village, and the ruins belong to our land. We can't keep waiting for someone to come from the archaeology department and guide us. Those people will take their own sweet time. We should at least start the process, said the Hanumegowda with enthusiasm. That is true. However, it is our duty to inform them. We can always start the work on the outside, but we must be careful not to destroy or spoil anything inside. It is an offense to do so. When word gets around about our project, some people will think that money is hidden in the ruins, said Hanumegowda, trying to analyze all aspects of the situation. Some might even come to dig the ground, and in the process of trying to find the money, they will destroy the ruins. There are 400 houses in our village. Let's talk to as many people as we can and choose a few strong and good men for security. We will tell them that there may or may not be money in this project, but that this place could be of great historical significance. It will belong to our village and we should be proud of it. In the unlikely event that we find any wealth at all, we will give it to the government in accordance with our current law. Suddenly, Hanumegowda swung into action and his tone changed. Shankar Master, you will be in the charge of this project until the archaeologists come. And we will arrange for 24-hour security with more people guarding the place at night. Ajji interrupted. Do you think that it is really a stepwell? No one can say for sure at this point, replied Shankar Master. These children may think that they have seen steps, but it may not be so at all. It could just be rubble or flat pieces of stone. Let's not jump to any conclusion before we know more. When should we start the work? Enquired Ajja. We will start tomorrow, said Hanumegowda. Shankar Master, can you find out which archaeology department we should contact and who our contact person will be? I will call up and talk directly to him on her. If it comes under Bangalore's jurisdiction, then I can tell my son to find out more, Ajja said. I will have to Google and see what I can find out. I will go check the internet, said Shankar Master and stood up. If the internet is not working, Shankar Master, then call me. I will come and drop you at the cyber cafe at the Taluka. It will definitely work there. Let's move fast, said Hanumegowda and left in hurry. After everyone left, nobody wanted to eat dinner. They were still so excited. Aja called Shekhar. Son, do you know anyone in the archaeology department in Bangalore? Appa, what a strange question. I am not a history student, nor am I active with the museums here. How do you expect me to know anyone? You may not know, but maybe some of your patients do. Why? What's the matter? Aja repeated the day's happenings, and Shekhar became immediately concerned. Appa, how could you have allowed Nooni to go out alone with her friends? What if something had happened to her? Nooni is a free spirit, and we can't restrict her from going out and exploring the world. Don't be impractical. She loves learning and seeing new things and wants to discover things on her own. Everyone is proud of her here. Nooni heard her grandfather talking and took the phone from him. She told her father, Dad, stop worrying about me and don't get upset with Ajja. I wasn't alone. I had 4 friends with me. Spending time here in your village is so much more fun than going to summer classes. I have learned so much about forest, animals, trees, leaves, and birds. I am enjoying every day here. Dad, will you please help Ajja? I am hoping that our discovery turns out to be a step well. What are you talking about? What step well? Shekhar didn't understand a thing. Aji grabbed the phone and said, Shekhar, you won't understand because you don't believe. If the ruins are indeed a step well, then you will realize what Nooni has done for this village. So if you can think of someone and can connect your father to him or her, it would be really nice. She concluded. Nooni took the phone back and said, Dad, my birthday is coming up this month and I want you to give me a gift. Please don't say no. You don't have to take me to a mall, restaurant, or a shop, and I don't need dresses, DVDs, toys, or books. I only want you to connect us to someone who can help dig up this place as early as possible. You have many friends in Bangalore. Surely you know someone who can help us. I will never forget these birthday gifts. Please, Dad, please. Shekhar was speechless and gently said goodbye. After an hour, he called back and told Nooni, I had a patient named Abdul Rashid, and from what I was able to recollect, he heads the archaeology department in Bangalore. I called him, but he asked me for many details, and I didn't know what to tell him. He is a good, knowledgeable man. Here, take down his number. You can contact him and give him all the details he needs. I hope you're happy now, Nooni. Now, the Nooni find the ruins of the stepwell. This is very interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more. Bye bye.